Hi, welcome to what may be my first and probably my last and only book haul of 2026, unless I somehow manage to finish reading the 126 books I own physically. My name is Anna, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. And if you're still not new here and haven't subscribed, still subscribe. Now, if I'm not mistaken from memory, I do have I have 33 books on this in my book haul. Now, these are books that I have acquired the last part of 2025, a bulk of which I bought solely to support local libraries, and a few, I think about four I bought because they were on sale or something like that. So, in no particular order, I'm going to start off with the hardcovers because they're probably the heaviest. And so, Half Sick of Shadows. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I saw this. I went to the dollar store a town over with my mom, and I saw this, and it's a green cover. I kind of really liked it. It was, yeah, I bought it because I love Otter and Merlin and Knights of the Round Table. So it's kind of a Knights of the Round Table retelling. So I did buy this because I kind of like that concept. Now, this is also, I think I got this at another dollar store. I think I got this at the same one I got the first book, but I think at different times. I went to New York and I was out all day, moving. I was all over town, and I think I am coming down with a really nasty flu. Plus, I have really bad asthma. So, if I sneeze any point during this video, it's because I'm sick, and if I sound a little nasally, it's because I'm sick. This is the other side of Mrs. Wood. Now, she's a medium, and if you know anything about mediums, the whole speaking to the dead. And so there are other mediums coming up in London, and she is trying to find a creative way to, keep her business going. And so she gets a protege, and she thinks that her protege might be doing more damage than help. And so she's, little mystery here. I kind of love that. Now, this is my library's copy because I do have this on my shelf, but every time I take it out, it kind of ruffles the sleeve, so I left it in and I just used my library copy. This is The Book Thief. I've been meaning to read this since 2023, and when I went to my library and I saw it on I saw it, I had to get my hand on it, and then I went and I saw it on a little sale, so I bought the physical copy. I think this is Death is telling the story. And if you've been here long enough, I'm obsessed with the personification of death. So I kind of had to get my hands on this. So I did. Now, these are by Helen Hildebrand. I've never really read anything from her, but this last summer, I'm gonna leave the link to that video. In the summer, I was doing a video where I'm reading books with summer in the title, so I got this for that purpose. So this is how long I've bought some of these books, and then this is the Hotel Nantucket one I just started reading again in 20. I've always been reading, but when I started buying books in 2023, I heard a lot about the Hotel Nantucket. So I've been meaning to buy. I think it's with four. It's a group of sisters, and I think their dad died, and they're coming back together on vacation. Oh no, I think no, that's not it. So I'm probably mistaken this for another book. But yeah, that's how long I've been meaning to buy this, and I saw it on sale. I got it, I guess. So this book, my library, one of the libraries I'm a part of, they were having you get like four books for $1, three books for $1, and so I picked this book, to support the library because it was kind of like a donation thing, so I got this. I think I also got my library was selling this. Just a guy or girl moves into town and they found like uh human remains, and so um if I'm not mistaken, there's a tree called sycamore. I've always, there's a popular song with sycamore tree in it, and I kind of bought it for the name too, and I kind of like the cover. So yeah, this is like a thriller mystery that I also got from my library that's like 5 minutes down the street. this is, yeah, a young woman was found brutally murdered in her apartment, and they're gonna try to investigate to see what happened. So another library that I'm a part of had this on sale, so I bought it. And this is the Carnival of Curiosities. This I also got from my local dollar store. Okay, so this follows like a magician who is rumored to be like, if you've read Caraval, it's kind of given Caraval vibes, but so this magician is said to be able to, for the right price, make your wish come through, and so there's that. Then we have Every Brat Witch, was a copy of my from my like one of my favorite movie is The Notebook, and this is also by the same author. Didn't really love the book, and so this follows Hope. She's in a relationship with a surgeon. Her boyfriend's a surgeon, and it doesn't seem that they're gonna get married anytime soon. Her dad has ALS, and she's gonna visit North Carolina, and then there enters through a wall, which is he got a letter from some guy, supposedly his dad, and so he's gonna visit North Carolina for the first time, and the two might fall in love. And I'm seeing a pattern here because I don't know if I don't know. He likes to write the cheating trope. This is the second book, but he seems to like writing the cheating trope. And as I'm now 28, I really don't like that trope. So this is Quicksilver. I started reading it last year. It follows this girl who has some magic power that no one really knows about. I bought this. I started reading it. It was on a really good deal, so I said I have to get the physical copy because as much as I love reading ebooks sometimes, most times I connect better with the book if it's the physical copy. I gotta go blow my nose. All right, I'm back. So this is The Younger Wife by Sally Hemsworth. It follows like a husband. He is a surgeon. He has two daughters. His first wife, the husband wants to remarry. Alexa, cancel. All right, that was my Alexa. I don't know the last thing I said, but so the husband wants to remarry, but his current wife is not in a position to, speak for herself, and so his daughters are trying to find out the secrets behind their family and so forth, because they think their father might be hiding something, and they also don't trust his new wife, especially since she's younger than them. So there's that. This is a book my library had. It took me a really, really long time to figure out what the title was, but it is intimate, and I have no idea what it is about. I just know I kind of loved the cover the minute I saw it, and it was a good cause for my library, so I got it. This is the Complete Chronicles of Narnia. I got this because one of my neighbors were giving a bunch of books away, and this was in the books, and so that's how I got my hand on this beautiful collection. As you can already tell, there's a common theme in this video. I'm a big supporter of local libraries, especially when they're having like little book sales, and so that's how I got my hand. Because what's funny is like 2 days before I bought the next set of books I'm going to show you, I said I would never take my money and buy Harry Potter books. I'd rather read them online for free or borrow them from my library. And then I go down to my local library and they had these on sale. And I was like, the money's going to go to my library, so I might as well support it. And so this is Harry Potter Goblet of Fire. And it will be a lie for me to tell you I don't know what this book is about because I've watched this movie multiple times. This is where you enter this wizard competition where you put your name in a goblet of fire, and through that it chooses who will compete, and you compete for the Wizard Cup. Yeah, I think this was in fourth year, so yeah. This is the Half-Blood Prince. I think this was when I don't know. Like I've watched Harry Potter so much, I don't really. This is year 6. I don't really like. I can tell you what the movies are about, but I don't like if the movie starts playing, I could say, hey, yeah. but I don't watch them and know them by like the title, except The Goblet of Fire, because that's the one that what's his name? He stars as Edward Robert Patterson. That's one that he's in, so that's just why I know The Goblet of Fire from heart. But yeah, this is Before I Fall. I think I've watched the movie for this. It's this girl. I think she's making plans for her life, and she meets in this accident, and she's basically going through her life and watching the people around her, and just her trying to. It's like one of those movies where you have to want to come back to come back. But let me enter that. That's true. Yep, as I said, because I watched the movie. I think this one was on sale, then she was gone. I started reading None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. Really kind of love the writing, love the audiobook. Um, I bought this because it was on sale. It was one of those things. I kind of liked the cover. I was like, I need a new book, and I saw this. Like, that's the reason why I'm trying this year not to do any impulse buy. Like whenever like I have like I'm going through a moment where I think I deserve a treat, I go look for books or buy yarn. That to me, I just look for books to buy, and I buy books or yarn. And I haven't been buying any yarn because I haven't been crocheting, so I've been buying books. And then after I buy the books, I go through my library and find books to read through my library. So, you know, the, this is a good killing by Alison Leota. My library had this for a donation, so I bought this. Have no idea what half of these are about, but I do anything to support local libraries, so that's what I did. All right, so we're on to the last set of books, and for those of you who are wondering, why half of the book I haven't given you any summary. For the most part, I don't like to read synopsis before I go into the book. The only way I normally read synopsis of books is if I don't. So normally, if I'm not sure if I should buy a book, then I'll read a synopsis and then decide. But if I see a book, like the cover, I'm vibing with it, I just buy it. That's just me. I just buy it. That's just how I am. And so the only other way I normally know synopsis for books is once I start reading, and then I'm like, then I go read the synopsis. Other than that, I've read so many books, and I couldn't tell you what the synopsis is on the book, but I could give you a summary from based on what I've read. Synopses are sometimes when I read a synopsis, it's like yin or yang. Sometimes I read a synopsis and then I get attached to a particular idea of a scene, and then I keep looking for that scene. It never happens. Or sometimes I read a synopsis and it's nothing like the book. So I just normally don't read them. This, I couldn't tell you what this is about. The same people who were giving away the Chronicles of Narnia had this. It's a YA type of romance. It says Tales of Magic. I was like, you know what? I could either have three books for free or no book at all. So I took them. I know this is a movie on Netflix. My library had this, and so I bought it because I was like, I've been always meaning to watch that movie because I don't know what's her name, but she comes in. I know she comes in Star Trek as the commander for Michael in the first season. I don't remember what's her name. I'm gonna look up the actress's name and I'm gonna put her name on screen. But I know she comes in the movie and I really love watching her and stuff, so I was gonna watch it. And then a voice said, "Hold on," and then I got my hand on the copy. So yeah, I think it's as I don't wanna say what it is about, but yeah, I don't want to say what I think it is about and then be wrong and offend anyone because this book is about another culture, so that I know nothing about. I've heard a lot about Judy Picoult, and when I saw my library was selling this, I was like, you know what? Why not? So I took it. I've watched this movie so much, and I call him Styles. I know his name is not Styles, but I also know him from Teen Wolf. He comes in this movie, and it's about like it's a maze, and the kids are trying to escape. I think there's just a virus, and they're trying to find a cure or something along that line. But yeah, when I got my library had this book, and I was like, I watched this movie. Let me read this book. I got this and from my local library. This was also one of the books. I got a lot of books from my local library. I bought it for the cover and the words under the Tuscan sun because it sounds kind of funny to me when I say it. And up until I was recording my 2026, my eyes are watering. Up until I was recording my 2026 TBR, I had no idea this was a memoir. And so I'm not crying. It's just my eyes are watering, and whenever my eyes water, I sound like I'm crying, but I'm not crying. I have nothing else to do. I have to record this video, so oh, hopefully you all can have some sympathy for me and just subscribe. Help a girl out. This is Kristen Anna, The Things We Do for Love. Last year, I think I read The Woman. I kind of really loved it. It's the only book I read from her, but if I'm not mistaken, I think she also wrote Firefly Lane, which is also a TV show. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna look around and try. I don't have any other books. Uh, yeah, those are all the books. I think I don't know. I'm gonna assume it's 32 books. So those are 32 books that I've acquired the last part of 2025. Because like I say, I'm not trying to buy any books for 2026 unless I unhaul a bunch of my current books or I read the books that I have and think that I now deserve to have more books. So let me know if any of these books, if you've had any of these books and if you really enjoyed them, just let me know. You don't have to give me like a synopsis. You can just say, hey, I read so and so, it was really good. And I'll be like, yeah. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful year, month, day. No, no, no. I said that wrong. So I'm gonna say it again. Hope you guys have a wonderful year, month, week, day, hour, minute, second. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.